Okay, I'm here.
Hey Dennis, good to see you.
Let me, yeah, you see me in there. Okay, great.
Awesome, awesome. So I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you have a lot on your plate.
Oh man.
Just want to say thank you for making some time to speak with me. And just to confirm, I can record this meeting, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Perfect. So
you're recording it. Yeah.
yes, I'm recording. Awesome. So just to start off, Dennis, I met you like 3 years ago at Cynthia's mansion, and you sat there and you explained to us, the trust, the foundation, and understanding, how to go public versus private, and understanding like the straw man and all that. And I have a lot
Right.
of people that have been really asking about this. And so, just to start off, how did you get into this industry, and why is it essential for someone to operate utilizing one of these foundations that you created?
Well, the you know what? Maybe I should find something for you. I can just kind of read it off of here. Okay. This is a Supreme Court case. Okay. Hale versus Henker, 201 U.S. 4374, 1905. Okay. The individual may stand upon his constitutional rights as a citizen. He is entitled to carry on his private business in his own way. His power to contract is unlimited. He owes no duty to the state or to his neighbors to divulge his business or to open his door to an investigation. He owes nothing to the state since he receives nothing therefrom, beyond mere protection of life and property. His rights are such as existed by the law of the land, long attendant to the organization of the state. He owes nothing to the public so long as he does not trespass upon their rights. Okay, now, before that, there's another, hang on, let me get to this other one. I want you to, I'll read this. This, you can go get this book. It's called Unincorporated Business Trust Organization. The one business organization that the IRS cannot control. Okay, so you can go online and let me see, Kindle has it for $9.99, the whole book, and you can get it on Kindle and go through it for anybody who's interested in that. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can send you the PDF copies of this so that you'll have it, and if anybody wants it, you can show it to them. You can give it to them.
Awesome. Yeah. So that makes so basically what you just shared with us is that basically this kind of entity is the only one that the government is not allowed to trespass
on. Correct. On. See, here's the thing. All the other entities out there are public entities. Okay, you can go online and say who's the owner of IBM or whatever. Okay, but when you go and put in who's the owner of this, you can't find it. You go to the state of California and you pop in the name, any one of the 800 or 900 names that I have done, and you won't find anything. Why? It's private. It's stored in a file cabinet in the basement of the Secretary of State's office. Now, they also have it on computers so they can find things, okay? But it's not on the net. In other words, it's not available for anybody to go look up. If you want to know a specific name, who did it, all you have to send in BE certificate, which is Business Entity Inquiry certificate. That sends in, you give the name and the number, etc., to the state of California, and $5. The only way you gotta mail it to them, and they mail you back a certificate saying, yeah, here's, let's say MLG, NOW, Dennis Gray put it together. That is all they have. They don't have that I sold it to you, that you have taken it, that you have taken it to Delaware or Florida or wherever. No, they don't have any of that. All they know is I put it together. After that, everything that goes on with it is private, just like Hale versus Henkel says.
So it's basically like you explained to us that one night. It's like you control the foundation, but you don't own it. So that
correct
be available.
Right. It has no shares. It has no officers except for a secretary who becomes in control of it, the primary executive officer in control. It has no trustees. It has no beneficiaries. Okay. And it owns itself. So now, when I have set that up, I then sell it to you, and you now become the secretary who becomes the primary executive officer in 100% beneficial interest and 100% control of it. So you have the benefit of it, but you don't own it. So anything that's in it, nobody can touch because it doesn't belong to you.
And that means also that you won't get taxed on any of the
because correct, because it has a exempt tax ID number, which is 575E. Okay, that's exempt.
Yeah, and so I was reading through one of the paperwork. It says it's not only tax exempt, but it's also the exception. Can you kind of talk about why it's the exception?
The what?
And so in one of the paperwork that you sent me, it said like the foundation benefits.
Yeah.
It said that this is not only the tax exempt, but it's also the exception.
Yes, it's the exception to the rule. The rule is all the public entities. You have to go in and apply for tax exemption. It's another $600, and that is at will. If the IRS wants to cut it off, they can cut it off tomorrow. And if you don't file taxes for 3 years, you're automatically dissolved. Okay? We don't ever have to renew anything. It's perpetual. It lasts forever. Okay? So it passes on from you to your heirs, to their heirs, to their heirs, without probate, without revaluations. For tax purposes, no transfer of title. So it's like I explained to people, Steve Jobs put Apple together. He died. Tim Cook took over. Apple didn't change. Everything in Apple remained the same. So that's exactly how this would be. Okay?
That makes sense.
Right. So it passes on from you to your kids, to their kids, to their kids, and nobody can mess with it.
And so if I, like, let's say, you know, I want to pass this on to my kid, right? Do I have to change?
If you remember, I should have given you a will, Word document will, and you just massage that to fit you. You say, okay, this is executor 1, 2, and 3. And or you can specify in there all 3 of them. One of them will be the secretary, one will be the treasurer, one will be vice president, and they all 3 have equal shares in there. You can specify that in your will and have it notarized. So that way there's no dispute.
That makes sense. Okay, so there's the will, which allows you to pass on the foundation, and you can customize that to whatever fits your needs.
Correct.
Okay.
So you want to fit your kids into it, or your heirs.
Beautiful. So my next question is, so for some of the people that I connected with, they're running their own businesses. They have LLCs, they have S corps, and so is there a way for the foundation to actually be able to take on some of the and lower the tax liability for those businesses?
Well, here's how you do that. Okay, Now, let's just say, for instance, I have several people who have what they call elder care homes. Okay, they own the building that the home is in. They own their business. They own the beds and equipment that's in there. They own a van or whatever, right? Now, the van, the equipment, the beds, and the house is owned by associations. You put them each one separately, okay? You own the business, that's an LLC or whatever it is that you want to do, okay? Now, the business leases the van, the equipment, the beds, you know, and so what's happening is you are paying. So if I'm leasing, the association leases a van for $500 a month, well, who's to say that the association can't now lease it to your business for $3,000 a month? You see what you're doing? You're taking money from pocket A and putting it in pocket B, and you're reducing your income on one side, paying taxes to a certain degree. You know, you might make $10,000 this month, but you may be only claiming 3,000 because you got 7,000 in expenses. Okay, that's what people need to understand. You know, 70 to 75% of all big businesses pay zero taxes. Why? They do what I'm telling you to do. That's what they do.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So
any good taxman preparer will tell you that. Okay. Now you're aware of the banking system that I got also coming out, right?
No, I'm not actually.
You're not. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go into this because this is huge. We have the only global financial system. Okay. Now you've heard of the quantum financial system. Well, the global financial system utilizes the quantum financial system, but it has a whole bunch of other benefits. A quantum financial system fits into a banking situation. So banks will, and states and countries will have quantum financial systems. We are not a bank. We are a trust. The biggest trust that we have is the Euro Capital Trust out of Switzerland. We have trusts in Cyprus, in Canada, in the United States, all over the country, about 15, 20, maybe even 25 of them, all over, so that we can utilize these trusts to help everybody. Why? What we have is the only universal trust wallet. Why? Because it's a trust. It's a universal wallet. We already have 27 currencies. The major currencies are included in it, and Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the top cryptos. Now, if you open that wallet with us, right, your social security number and your public self remains at the gate. You don't come into our system with your social security number. You come in with a bank account. All right. Now, everything you do from this day forward, a ledger is kept. It starts out with, oh, Sam put in $50,000 and he started a business, or he started trading. And we have 12 AI bots that'll do trading for you. Okay. And a 13th one that monitors the 12 and tells you what ones are working best. And you can do trade in any arena.
Wow.
Okay. Crypto or fiat or gold or silver or oil and gas, whatever you want. All that is done by the banking system and not by Sam. So when you go out and you buy a Lamborghini, you didn't buy it. It's registered to you, but the bank bought it. Now the ledger is kept. Is this for business? Is this for personal use? And the ledger keeps everything going for you. At the end of the year, you do not need to go to a CPA or a taxman. It's all done for you.
Wow.
Okay. And the taxes are paid, and it'll be under 5%, both federal and state tax.
Wow, that's amazing. So this is something that anyone can use, even if they don't have an association or foundation.
Correct. Anybody can use that. Now, the reason why you want an association is just like any other bank account. You go and open a bank account, you open a bank account with us, you pass away. Now, all of that needs to be transferred. Your title, your properties, everything can be put into our system under trust. Okay? So when you pass away, now everything needs to be transferred. Under it's just like a normal situation, right? But if it's in an association, guess what? It automatically goes on to the next person. So you can take the associations and put them into our system, banking system.
Wow, so it works. It would work even better if you were.
It'll work even better, right?
Wow, that's amazing. That's really wonderful. So something like that. I mean, that's something that we would necessarily. So would we have to have like a minimum to come with? Like what exactly requirements?
Right now we have a few people that are buying their own MetaBank. Okay. By buying their own, they're having an exact duplicate of our global financial system. All right, people. Actually, Cynthia bought one.
Oh wow.
She has one on her own. Okay. And so let me try to explain this in a layman's terms. Okay, you just bought yourself a Bank of America, and you own that Bank of America. Now all your money is in Bank of America, right? And you've got 10,000 clients that you're working with, and maybe 1,000 vendors that you buy and sell to. For those people to work with you, they open sub-accounts in your Bank of America. When you pay them, where does the money go? Right back into your bank. They're sitting in your bank in sub-accounts. Right now, it's going into other people's bank accounts. Your money is sitting in one of the major banks, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo. When you pay the people, it goes into their bank accounts. Well, why not have them all sitting in your bank account and making your bank healthy? Now, since you own this thing, and right now it's $500,000 for one of these, and I'll tell you the benefits of it, okay? But so you have your own bank. Now, all the fees charged, every time somebody uses a card and there's a fee charged by the merchant, 2 or 3%, you may charge a monthly fee for using their debit card, because we have a debit card. It's the actual size of a debit card, maybe twice as thick, but it can be used as a phone as well.
What?
Yep. Okay. And it can transfer funds. You can use it to transfer funds because your QR code will be on it. Okay. Now, your QR code on your cell phone, you take your cell phone and I go, well, I need to transfer $1 million over to Sam. Sam, look, you're not in my system, but if you download my app, I'll transfer the funds to you right now. So you download my app. You give me your QR code. I go to my back office and I transfer $1 million to your QR code to be delivered in Bitcoin to you. I'm saying doing it in dollars. It's to be delivered in Bitcoin to you. I push the button and bang, it's in your account right now. No questions asked.
Wow. That's revolutionary.
Nobody can restrict the transfer of your funds. Right now, you put your money in the bank and the bank controls it. They own it.
So my question is, so let's, if someone were to, if they're operating a bank, right? They purchase one of these, they have a bank, and they have people that are opening up sub accounts. And we know that the banks are obviously, they leverage other people's money and they trading it in the markets. and they're earning a profit and you give them like less than 1% a year. So you would be able to kind of do something similar to where, they're opening up their accounts and then they can.
Right. Right. But we are not doing anything with your money. You are in control of the 100%. Now, here's the other thing. Let's just say you do have your money in Wells Fargo and Chase and Bank of America and any one of the other 50,000 banks, okay? And worldwide, anywhere in the world, you can hook up that bank account to your account with us. Now, the moment you do that, we notify the bank that they cannot use your money for any of those fractional tradings or anything. You can't do anything with it. Okay?
Wow.
We're now controlling the funds for you. We double insure it to $500,000. Okay? And allow you to use your own fund in the way you want to do it. So you can take your funds and put them into the AI bots and let them do trading for you. Okay, now all funds in our system, our bots are so fast that they scour the globe for everything that's we do on a daily basis, such as financial, real estate, law, etc. So they know everything ahead of time. They preemptively know that, oh, the dollar is going to crash based on these algorithms that have happened in the past. We're gonna $100 bills now only going to be worth $60. Well, before that happens, we've already moved your funds to the next highest available asset.
Wow.
Before it happens.
Holy moly. That is, yeah, I've never heard anything like this. It's definitely one of a kind. And it's honestly almost kind of hard to even wrap my head around because.
I know. Most people are going, are you crazy? Can you really do this? We just, about, I think it was last Thursday or Friday, the Mars company, who makes M&Ms? The name of the company is Mars, the chocolate company. They just bought our app for $1.1 million because we have to do some specific stuff for them. Okay? But the people who use us currently, Capital One 360, Kansas City, Kansas welfare system is on our app. Their EBT cards are on our app. The entire U.S. Virgin Islands, their water, power, gas, electricity, gas and electric, and telephone system, their agriculture system, their EBT system, their welfare system is all on our app currently. Now, here's the benefit to the entire Virgin Islands. I told you that there's a fee charge, right? When you own this app, you set the fee. So if other cards are charging 3%, you can charge 2%. Here's why. 62% of that 2% comes back to you in your bank. Okay? So what we're doing in the Virgin Islands is we giving that 62% back to the state, to the Virgin Islands. They are in turn using that to pay down the people's gas, electric, water, and telephone bills.
Wow.
So now the gas, electric, water, and telephone companies know that they're getting paid. They don't have to go looking for somebody to get paid. Because as soon as your bill is put out, immediately the money is distributed to everybody.
Wow. There's so many benefits to this. There's so many things that a lot of.
There's no getting around it, because everything is calculated to the 12th decimal point. It cannot ever be audited. If they want to audit it, here's the records. You find the mistakes and you'll never find one.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean that's definitely something that I think will help a lot of people. I mean, I'm definitely really interested. Just for regards to your time, One last question. Why? So obviously this, the banking, that's a whole other, I think.
Yeah, I understand that. But get back to the associations if you have any questions.
Yeah, so as far as associations, why would someone that's, whether they're an employee or a business owner, why do they need to have an association like yesterday? Like a quick little breakdown.
Yeah, the very thing is this. Okay, you worked hard, you earned your money, right? Now, you bought a house, you bought a car, you bought a plane, you bought whatever you bought. Do you want somebody to take those away from you? You put them into associations and nobody can touch them. They're in your family for life.
Simple as that. Just, it's basically protecting you, your assets, your family, and yeah, just basically a layer of.
Your assets are yours, not somebody else's.
That makes sense. And so so as far as like, okay, what about international people that are in international other countries other than the United States? Does this apply to them at all? Are they able to do
this? You can come in from anywhere in the world because we can hook up every bank anywhere in the world. All you need to do is download our app. Let me see here. Android and Apple app stores will have our apps on its like 3.6 billion devices. Our app will be available on every device.
Wow. And so that's for the banking, right? So people internationally, they can utilize that banking app. But what about the associations? Are they able to leverage that at all?
The associations, when it comes to using them in other countries, I don't know about opening bank accounts, but I know that currently people in Mexico are putting their properties in Mexico into the association. If you want to do that, we have to do what's called getting an apostille. An apostille is certification from the state of California that everything is valid and it is country specific. So if you want one for Mexico, you have to tell the state, I want one for Mexico, and it runs about an extra $300, $400 to get it done.
Okay, so it is possible, but like you're saying,
yeah, correct.
A little bit different.
To protect your assets, correct.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Sounds good. Do you have any like closing thoughts, anything that you'd like to tell the people that are watching this video as far as like,
you want to learn how to own nothing but control everything.
Well said. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Everything that's under your social security number is vulnerable. Okay? Because if you get into an accident, the first thing the opposing attorney is going to do is pull up your social security number, go to LexisNexis, and they tell you everything that person has under their control. And they go, oh, wow, this person's got everything that we can go after for $10 million. But when they pull me up, they're going, hey, I don't want to take the case because I ain't going to make any money here.
That makes a lot of sense. So,
okay. So protect yourself, protect your hard-earned money, protect all your assets. Don't give it away. Don't let it be taken away.
And so, just so like, for example, like, let's say, if I don't own anything, me, Sam, on paper, I don't own anything. That means, like, for example, like I'm broke, so I can actually qualify for like government assistance and all this stuff. And so on paper,
you are absolutely correct.
But the foundation can support me, and it still doesn't mean that I have anything on paper that's saying, oh, these assets that you own.
You're absolutely correct, because you don't own anything. You're not making any money under your social security number, so you're in good shape. You can get all the assistance that you need.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's I think plenty of information for people to be able to really digest, and it's really, like you said, so it's as simple as control everything, nothing, and so kind of stepping away. And I know we talked about the straw man and all that, and I know that's like
you get into that straw man stuff and become a sovereign citizen, etc. You become a target. Okay. Yeah, they are actually, they're considered sovereign citizens are considered terrorists.
Wow. So it would be a wiser move to just operate privately, keep your citizenship, and be able to just
Right.
Everything but own nothing, so that you're not on the radar.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay, that's very clarifying actually. So it's like, don't even waste my time with that whole straw man stuff.
Correct. Don't waste your time, because the people who go out and do that, they get become sovereign citizens. They have a hard time because they've given up their social security number. They can't get a job. They can't go rent a house or buy a place or whatever.
Gotcha. So you still keep your rights and your liberties without as much of the the consequences.
Correct. What you want to do is be public when you need to be public, be private when you need to be private. So you need to be on the fence. I am, okay? So I get my social security, I get my VA benefits, I get all the public assistance I need, but everything else goes into the public. Into private, sorry. It goes into the private.
That makes sense. So you have best of both worlds. You can still get the benefit of the public.
Yeah, people go, do you have a driver's license? Sure, I got a driver's license. I got a passport, I go to the VA for my benefits and all of that, But as far as owning anything, I own nothing.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And that's probably saved me some time, other people a lot of time that are looking into becoming sovereign and stuff like that. So yeah, that's very, very clarifying on the whole, why this is so important and how to go about it the right way. So you're not making things harder for yourself.
Right.
So yeah, thank you so much, Dennis. I appreciate it.
You got it, buddy. All right. Thank you very much. Okay.
I pause that. Thank you so much, Dennis. I hope you have a great night, and I'll keep you posted. I have a lot of people that are looking to get the invitations. Yeah,
let me know. Okay, you got it.
One question, sorry. So the list that you sent me of all these associations, is that updated? Did anyone buy?
Yeah, the best thing to do is to always choose 2 or 3 names, just in case somebody has already taken one, and sometimes all 3 has been taken already. So. But I keep adding 4 or 5 new ones like every 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, so.
And so they need to choose a name. They need their name and their address.
Yeah, and an address, a physical address to open the bank account. Now they can always use the PO box to get their mail, but the bank needs a physical address that they can prove that they live there.
Okay, and they don't need their social or any of that, right?
No. Well, the bank will ask for your social, as you know, when you go to open it. They'll ask you for your social and your ID because they want to know who you are. You're going to be in control of this thing that nobody is in control of. Nobody owns it, but you're going to be in control of it. They need to know whether you're on the terrorist watch list or no-fly list, or are you on check systems, writing bad checks. So that's the only thing that they're checking you out for.
But they don't actually assign the social to the.
It's not. Yeah, there's a brick wall between you and the association. You're here, there's a brick wall, the association's on the other side.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, Dennis, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your night.